Hey, good morning. Welcome to Friday. This is the Tom Barfield Show. We are glad you're with us this morning. We got a lot to do today. Got a lot of interesting things to talk about. And, well, you know, it's as exciting as yesterday was. It's kind of a, I don't know. It's still Friday, but I mean, it's just, okay, look, the Rangers got beat. The Astros got beat. The Longhorns got beat. It was one of those days. Arizona won. I mean, that's good. I mean, Iowa State plays tonight. Lark, I mean, come on, maybe, you know, put a bow on this thing. Lark Smith over here, folks. And
yeah.
Welcome into the program. This is, by the way, the Tom Barfield Show. We are brought to you and presented by Toe King of Waco. Gary Hoffman and his team and his family really are the presenting sponsors of our show. 24-hour emergency roadside assistance, trained operators, the best equipment that the industry provides, and they can help you whether you've got a mini bike that needs to be taken someplace or an 18-wheeler that needs to be taken someplace or something in between. They can help you out. And again, they provide 24-hour emergency roadside service. Again, put this phone number in your phone. Save it. You hope you never have to use it, but if you do, it's available for you 24 hours a day. 254-666-5484. 254-666-5484. On the program today, we're going to get an update on what's going on within the Waco ISD Athletic Department. The new AD, Lanny Williams, is going to join us. Been on the job probably 2-3 months, and we'll talk to him about what's going on there. And you can take you back to the, I don't want to say the early 90s, but it was earlier, not 90s, 2000s rather. Shawn Tolleson pitched here, in the 11, 12, something, was it?
Yeah, 11, 12, somewhere around there, Baylor.
Yeah, and then went on to play for the Dodgers and the Rangers. In fact, in 15, he had a remarkable year.
He did.
And then got hurt, had Tommy John. But anyway, we'll catch up with Shawn Tolleson on the program, so we'll do that. Lark, it was exciting. Yesterday was a great day. We were so jazzed up. Wanted a national holiday for the Rangers, the Astros. We had the Sweet 16, and what in the world?
Yeah. Well, it's that day after the euphoria of opening of baseball season. There's always a little bit of a downer because it's not opening day anymore.
Right.
So, and then the Rangers laid an egg, basically.
And now they're in last place.
Along with the Colorado Rockies, who somebody on Facebook said, well, they've already been eliminated from the postseason.
Oh, my goodness. So the Astros and the Rangers are in last place in the American League West.
Yeah. The Astros got shut out by the Angels 3-0. The Rangers were down 5-0 until they scored 3 runs in the ninth, but too little too late. All that pitching we thought was going to be great for the Rangers. Evaldi got blown up pretty much yesterday, and the bats did come through. It was a little late, but it was some.
But when the game was on the line, they had 3 hits.
I know.
When the game was on the line, they had 3 hits.
Yeah. Well, so act like you're behind 5 runs in the second inning instead of the ninth inning.
Yeah. Now, let's be honest. That dude from Philly could throw it.
Oh yeah. Sanchez is a great pitcher.
He's one of the elite guys in the league, and he's going to be chasing the Cy Young. I mean, he will be.
Sure.
I mean, he's that kind of dude. But it's opening day. Come on. And then the Astros finished the game with 3 hits. 3.
Yeah, okay.
Hits.
Yeah.
Not runs. Hits.
I wonder how Bryce Terry feels this morning.
Oh, I know. I was thinking about Brycey. You know what? And look, I'm going to try. Don't know that it's going to happen. We're in Houston this weekend with Baylor baseball. Friday night tonight, tomorrow afternoon. And you know what? And that's kind of interesting that they moved the game from Saturday night to Saturday afternoon to accommodate the Final Four and the Sweet 16 and the Elite 8 and all that stuff. And
Houston lays an egg.
And Houston doesn't get there. But anyway, so we're still going to play at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, and the Astros play a night game.
There you go.
So if we can make things work, we may go watch the Astros get 3 hits against the Angels of all teams. The Angels. So, anyway.
I just remember one of those times we went down to Houston for the College Classic.
Yeah.
That's in late February, early March, whatever. And nobody thinks of taking long sleeve shirts and things like that, especially to an indoor facility down in Houston.
It's colder inside than it is outside.
It was that particular weekend. I went down to the concession area and I bought a long sleeve Astros shirt just to try to stay warm. It was like 50 degrees inside that building. They have no heat in that ballpark.
Well, of course. I mean, it's a spring sport, summer sport, so they have the air conditioner. But we've been there where it's colder inside than it is actually with the air temperature outside.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, we are off and running here. Glad to have you with us on the Friday edition of the program. And again, we are presented by Toe King, and we're brought to you by our friends at JK Roofing. Thanks to Jace and Katie Embry. You know the Embry family. You remember when we were doing McLennan baseball, Jace was playing for the Highlanders.
Yeah, he sure was. A pitcher.
Good player. But anyway, they're our friends at JK Roofing, locally owned, locally operated business. And again, they do it all. Whether it's a conventional shingles or a metal roof, they can take care of you. If it's repair, they can take care of you. If you need a new roof, they can take care of you. And if you're not sure, they can take care of you. Just let them know that you need some help, and they'll come out and go, yeah, you need a new roof, or no, I think maybe you have another year and a half, 2 years left on this roof. So they'll take great care of you. If you want to make contact or check them out, you can certainly do so. It's jkroofs.com, jkroofs.com, or you can call them at 254-744-2211, 254-744-2211. That's JK Roofs. All right, we get a break right here. When we come back, we're going to visit with the new athletic director of the Waco Independent School District, Coach Lanny Williams. That's next on the Tom.
When disaster strikes, you need a team you can trust. At Benchmark, we specialize in disaster recovery, construction, environmental remediation, and indoor air quality solutions. With over 30 years of experience, our experts provide forensic architecture, engineering, and environmental consulting to ensure every project is handled with precision and care. From damage assessment to full reconstruction, Benchmark delivers technical expertise and an unmatched client experience every step of the way. Visit benchmarkc3.com to learn more.
At Waco Bodyman Company, we help you take control of your health with advanced wellness and longevity solutions designed to help your body perform, recover, and thrive. Experience the power of red light therapy with our full body bed design to reduce inflammation, improve circulation, support skin health, and recharge your body at the cellular level. Step into our hydrotherapy room featuring a dry sauna, polar shower, and hot tub. Book your tour today. Waco Bodyman, open 7 days a week in downtown Waco.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Toe King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Toe King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Toe King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Toe King the next time you need help. Check him out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Is your roof ready for the next Texas storm? Don't wait for a small leak to become a big problem. Call JK Roofing of Waco. Whether you need roof repair, a full replacement, or a professional inspection, JK Roofing has quality workmanship and dependable service you can count on. Locally owned and committed to protecting Central Texas homes and businesses. Call JK Roofing today for your free estimate and get the job done right the first time. Call JK Roofing 254-744-2211. JK Roofing of Waco. Strong roofs, honest work, and peace of mind.
All right, welcome back. This is the Tom Barfield Show. Glad to have you with us on a Friday as we roll through and get ready for a weekend, big sports weekend. We're joined now by the new athletic director of the Waco Independent School District, Coach Lanny Williams. Coach, good morning. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Hey, good morning, Tom. How you doing, man? Appreciate you for having me on.
Doing good. Hey, so just kind of get us up to speed. What's the first couple of months been like for you? I'm assuming fast and furious?
Well, according to you guys, I mean, the Rangers are not going to make it to the playoffs. The Astros are done. The Longhorns might as well shut down the school. I mean, everything is just right now just terrible, man, in Texas. So sounds like, man, it's just bad for Texas sports right now in general. But as far as Waco ISD, man, things are great. Things are really good. Great people, great team to work with here in the district. Excited about doing what I'm doing, excited about being here. And and helping our coaches grow.
Talk a little bit about where you're at. I mean, obviously you've been at Manor and Cedar Park, and I think Brenham, and also at Killeen. How has that prepared you for this position that you're in now with the multiple schools that you're overseeing?
Great question. I think as far as being, I was at Brenham for 23 years, and I feel like that was a blessing and a curse. To be at a place for that long is pretty cool, but also you don't get to experience different things from different districts for a long time. Went to Cedar Park, and really, I mean, it doesn't look like Brenham, but kids are kids, right? When it comes down to the athletes, they're athletes and just as talented as the ones were that we had in Brenham. And then get into the admin side, you go to Killeen and go to Manor and now at Waco. And Tom, once you get into a district, what you find out is there's systems in place. There's coaches that are in place, and the coaches are phenomenal. They all had the same goals and desires that we had when we were at Brenham with a good coaching staff there, and Cedar Park with a great coaching staff there as well. They cared about kids. They love kids. They hold kids accountable. And so the experiences from all those places have really just shown me that the systems, the way they do things are different, but at the end of the day, when the dust settles, it's all about the kids and really trying to help the kids become the best that they can become.
Your time at Killeen, did that kind of give you a look behind the curtain, a peek behind the curtain at Waco ISD a little bit, and kind of give you some familiarity with this district?
No, my time at Killeen, for me, it was really about getting a peek behind the curtain of what goes on the admin side of things. I wasn't very familiar with the ins and outs of how things work from an administrative point of view. So for me, that's what my time at Killeen did, working for two great athletic directors, Michael Wells, who was a head baseball coach at Mary Hardin Baylor, and Matt Carroll, who was also the head football coach, I think, at Roosevelt there in San Antonio, and really getting my feet wet with them and just understanding the ins and outs of things that I thought I knew as a head baseball coach that I really didn't know until I got involved and said, okay, this is why we did things this way. This is why the administration was on us about these certain things, or this is why all these things kind of matter from a head coach's point of view. I think sometimes as a head coach, you don't understand the why district does things the way they do them. But when you become an assistant athletic director and you get on the other side of it, you're like, okay, now it all makes sense. That explains it.
What are some of your short-term and maybe some of your long-term goals within the admin side of Waco ISD athletics?
Short-term is to really get to know the coaches, to really get to have a feel for them, to really, where I can help them out in a sense of if they're having problems with, culture or structure or practices or just trying to grow them. I don't want anybody that's working with me or that I'm working with to not at some point in time want to be in my position. And if you can get them to see how things look from an athletic director standpoint of view, I think that's going to make them a better coach. Long term, I would love for Waco ISD to be in the top 10 in the Texas Cup, in the UIL position there. And, we have a long way to go when it comes to that because there's a lot of pieces of the puzzle that have to be put together. But you got good coaches in here that really can and can magnify the kids. And right now, we're trying to get wins without getting a win. But the long-term goal for me with any program that I've been a part of or as far as this position or will be a part of is to get in the top 10 in the UIL Texas Cup, the Lone Star Cup, and possibly to win it.
Lanny, you got University High School, you got Waco High School. Do you, being fairly new to the community, do you see significant differences between those two programs?
Significant? No. There are differences. I think the biggest difference for me, Tom, is just right now what I think every district is dealing with, especially in a place like, for example, like Waco ISD. Tyler ISD is probably the same. Not so much in Killeen. And when I say this, you're going to kind of know where I'm coming from. It's just the private school sector in Waco ISD is very strong from all the schools that are around. So a lot of our kids now are from the voucher program to what the government has allowed kids to do. And Waco's been very healthy with that. Tyler ISD is another place that's very healthy when it comes to private schools. So I think that the biggest challenge when it comes to the difference in not necessarily both schools, but in our schools is that the differences in the schools. I think I look at more similarities. How they're more similar than they're different. They have some phenomenal coaches that are working with kids, and that to me gets me excited about being here, being a part of this district. We have some great coordinators on both campuses. And man, just when you peel back the onion and you look inside, from the strength and conditioning side to Coach Burks that does a phenomenal job to the coaches, Coach Ricardo Felix on the basketball side at University. Karen Ramirez is doing a great job with their softball program. So there's different pieces on different sides that you look and say, well, that's good, and we need some work here, some work there, and I know. I have an idea where those pockets of work may be, but when it comes down to it, I think the similarities and differences are the same. It just depends on where you want to pull from. I think that our soccer programs here in Waco IC are very healthy. They do a phenomenal job. We have some great coaches, and I heard that coming in from the outside that soccer was going to be a big program. I know that Waco University last year went 3 rounds deep in the playoffs in football. So I know that Coach Foster has done a great job there as well.
Let me go at it. Let me ask you this way: would you ultimately like to see these two schools be incredibly similar, where there's not a whole lot of difference between Waco High and University? I mean, would that be a goal? Would that be a positive for the district?
No. Similar in the aspect of winning, yes, absolutely. I want both programs to succeed. I think that every campus, Tom, no matter whether you're in Cedar Park, no matter whether you're in Brenham, no matter whether you're at Shoemaker, Ellison, Harker Heights, Allen ISD, Allen, Texas, I think that every campus has this culture about them. And what I don't want to take away is what that culture has built inside of that because of what I want. I want them to win, which is what my goals and desires are, but inside of how they carry themselves individually as a campus with their campus culture. You have to pretty much as I'm meeting my coaches now, I'm asking the questions with all the head coaches. Like, if a kid had to say, if I ask the kid the question, like, what is the identity of your team? Mm-hmm. What will your athletes say to me is the identity of our team? We are known by fill in the blank. And every athlete on that team should be able to say what that is. And if they can't, then we need to figure out what our team identity is and then work from there.
Coach, how do you balance winning and developing young people for life? I mean, and obviously, just a small number will move on to college, and even smaller on to professional. But we're going to develop kids for life. So what does the balance look like for you in your programs when it comes to developing kids and winning?
And that's a great question. And I can only speak from experience when it comes to me and the things that the programs that I've been a part of. I mean, being in Brenham for 23 years and Cedar Park for 3, and in a I'm gonna say in a 26-year period, coaching at least 10 times in the state finals in football or baseball. That's a third of the time that I was a coach, where winning was big. It was huge. With that being said, I know the importance of winning and how it can change kids' lives, but I also know the impact of a coach, winning or not, the relationships that a coach can build with a kid to how they can impact lives. I tell our coaches all the time, and I'm honestly, Tom, I'm very happy to say in 30 years that 25 years from now, there are some positive things that I've spoken to a kid that is going to change their life. And some things that I've said positively to a kid is going to affect them in a positive way. I'm sad to say too, and I'm not perfect. There have been some things that I've said to a kid that I know is going to impact them negatively. 25 years from now, from things that I've said that probably as a young coach I didn't understand or was frustrated in the moment. So what my desire is for the coaches is like, don't forget that everything you say to a kid is going to affect them positively or negatively. Winning is a byproduct of the program, but I think the biggest thing is how are our coaches going to carry that aspect from the winning to building relationships to seeing the kid's future at some point in time, and how this moment, these 6 months, these 8 months, these 4 years that we may have this kid in our program, how is it going to impact this kid for life?
As you've gone through the junior highs and the two high schools, do you see a need to grow the participation, or are your numbers really good?
Yes, absolutely. Participation numbers, especially at the middle school level, which kind of goes back to what I was saying about the private school sector of things, are down. And people blame COVID. You can blame a lot of things, Tom. You can blame select ball. You can blame club soccer. You can blame, whatever the case may be. But the bottom line is we have kids in our school, and I have some things that I think are in place to kind of help build those numbers up. But to have a healthy high school program, you have to have a healthy middle school program. In order to have a healthy middle school program, we have to set up a system that allows our high school head coaches, basketball, soccer, football, to get into those high school programs. I was with Coach Ramirez this morning, and she was talking with me about, her what she allows her kids to do in fall, and how she allows someone to coach the little league team and possibly use the facilities to help there. You have to build those relationships at a younger age. And I think I'm trying to do my best and my due diligence to get our middle school programs to grow. And we've got some great middle school coordinators that I think are doing a great job. I've seen them in a leadership meeting. I was in a leadership meeting with them about a month ago, and I'm excited about them and the direction that we're going. But my job as an athletic director is to try to give them the tools to really grow that program, to grow those kids, to make them to where they're more healthy inside the high school system.
Coach, are you a guy that thinks athletes should be sports specific, or do you like the concept of sharing athletes throughout the sports?
I think sharing athletes is something growing up in East Texas, where I did football, basketball, baseball, and track. And I understand this, Tom, is that you and I both know this, that sports back in the 80s and 90s are a lot different today, because when football ended, right? When basketball ended, it ended. Well, when baseball ended. But I think now in today's time, when these things are year round, the pull or the draw for the parent or for the athlete to say, man, if I'm not a part of this, then I'm going to miss out, right? So you get the club side, and you get the side to where when the club now draws and now the kid wants to stay in baseball the whole entire time. I'm not a big fan of that, because I think a well-rounded kid, a well-rounded athlete is one that's going to be a lot more healthier for programs to move forward. And there's all these different ways of looking at things, like, okay, we're sharing kids, but meanwhile, the baseball coach doesn't get the kid till after school, in the springtime, which I don't think is fair to the baseball coach, right? And I think you have to be careful when it comes to that, because sometimes we as coaches, because of the systems that we have in place on our campuses, can make that kid make a decision about going to one sport versus, having sometimes a fear of saying, let the kid go do basketball, let the kid go do soccer, knowing that they're going to come back to football, and really wanting that football team or that soccer team, the baseball team, the softball team to succeed, because success is going to bleed success. I've never been a part of a program, Tom, where if my baseball players were football players and we had a great football season, the baseball season was going to be good, because success breeds success within a system when those kids play and they're successful in other sports.
Coach, final thought for you. Are there any needs that you see in, I realize you just getting on the ground and running, but are there any needs that you need within the athletic department, both at the high school level and the junior high level, that just are kind of glaring you, like, we got to get this taken care of now?
Well, from my standpoint, from my point of view, the need that I have is for the superintendent to be supportive, and she is absolutely phenomenal. Our superintendent, Dr. Tiffany Spicer, is a rock star when it comes to supporting athletics, when it comes to supporting her team, not just me. It doesn't matter if it's facilities, if it's whatever the case may be. She's phenomenal in that. So when it comes to that, the needs when it comes to that is just the support to allow me to do my job, and she does. She allows me to do my job when it comes to that. As far as our coaches, I think probably the biggest need is to give all of our coaches, to give our schools quality coaches within our system that genuinely are not here to collect a paycheck, that are genuinely going to be professional in connecting with college coaches, seeking professional development opportunities, which our district does a great job of really supporting our coaches in that area. So as far as the need, I think the bones are healthy. It's just about, getting our kids to really buy in and to really having a winning attitude. And I shared this with our coach the other day. Our kids have got to get to the point to where when a certain school shows up and we're playing a certain school, that we're not already defeated. And I think if we can get that mindset when it comes to getting our kids, and that's my need, right? For our coaches to get our kids to where when they step on the field, that they think of themselves as the Waco in the 90s that has some phenomenal athletes that were around here that every day that I walk into my office, I'm reminded of all these people who have done some great things. We're about to, in a couple of weeks, Andrew Billings, we're going to have a dedication for him for the weight room over at Waco High. I go to church with Derek Johnson. My assistant athletic director, Rodney Smith, plays golf with Damian Thompson. So I know that there has been some phenomenal athletes, and I just scratched the surface on guys that I know of, from Donald Harris that I played baseball with to Kevin Belcher that I played baseball with in the Ranger organization. So I know that it's here. It's just a fact of, can we really tap into that and get our kids to see what could be, what has been, and also what could be if they tap into that as well.
Coach, thanks, man. This has been great. Love getting to know you, and really appreciate you being a part of the program. Anything we can do to help you, let us know. We're all about it. I know that I laugh a lot. In my eyes, it's not a co-curricular activity. It's not an extracurricular activity. It's a co-curricular activity.
Right.
I get the vibe that's the way you look at things.
Right, for sure. Let me know. I mean, I'd love to be back on whenever the Astros get hot. So I can, because they will get hot. I mean, Astros are my team. I love following them. So, please, man, anytime you want me back on again, the door is open. Let me know, man. I'd love to come here and chop it up with you. Thanks for this opportunity.
Let's do it, Coach. Thanks. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you. You too. Appreciate it.
Athletic Director, Waco Independent School District, Lanny Williams on the program, and just listening to Coach talk, I think we're on the right track, Lark. I think I think good things are ahead for University High School and for Waco High School. We are brought. I beg your pardon?
I totally agree. I think things are going to work out very well.
Good stuff there. Hey, we're brought to you in part by Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store. Sally, Mark, and their crew do a great job. If you are looking for a gift, whether it's a birthday or an anniversary or a graduation or whatever the case may be, stop by and see Morrison's Gifts. They're at 4312 West Waco Drive. That's in the Brazos Square Shopping Center, right down from Jason's Deli. So you know where Jason's Deli is. Just walk down the strip center and you'll run right into Morrison's Gifts. They got some great things to choose from. They got Jelly Cats, they got Consuela, John Hart. That's just to name a few of the great gift ideas they have for you at Morrison's Gifts. Again, they're at 4312 West Waco Drive, proudly owned and operated by Baylor Bears, Mark and Sally, and they'll be happy to work with you. I know Mark bleeds green and gold, especially when it comes to that baseball program. He loves his Bears and he loves his McLennan Highlanders. So check them out. They're at Morrison's Gifts, 4312 West Waco Drive. Speaking of Shawn Tolleson, former Baylor Bear, former Texas Ranger, he joins us next. Since 1996, Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers at 18th and Herring has been serving Waco's best burger. There's nothing better than a delicious burger cooked just the way you like it, with garden fresh toppings on a buttered bun. Add tots, fries, curly fries, or onion rings for a perfect meal. So what are you waiting on? How about Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers today? Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers is open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. until 4:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers. And don't forget to ask about Double R's catering. Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over. Family owned and operated, Jasper's Barbecue is serving up Texas-style barbecue meats and sandwiches and all the fixins. Enjoy mouth-watering brisket, ribs, pulled pork, and don't forget the potato salad and barbecue beans. Located in Waco on Elm Street, right off of I-35, open Tuesday through Saturday 10 until 2 or until the food runs out. Stop by today and enjoy the best barbecue around. Voted one of the best barbecue joints by Texas Monthly. That's Jasper's Barbecue in Waco. You won't leave hungry.
Morrison's Gifts, Waco's oldest family-owned gift store, wants to ask a question to the guys out there. Don't you just love gift giving? Does John Hart, Consuela, or Jellycats mean anything to you? If not, at Morrison's, we have your answers and your back. For 47 years, we have guided men and you ladies through the trauma of selecting the right gift for the right person. Come and see us at 4312 West Waco Drive in the Brazos Square Center, close to Jason's Deli. That's Morrison's Gifts, owned by a proud Baylor Bear.
You're back as we roll along here on a Friday. Glad to have you with us. We're brought to you in part by Waco Body Men Company. They can help you take control of your health, advanced wellness, and longevity, designed to help your body perform, recover, and thrive. Thanks to Todd, thanks to Thomas, and everybody at Waco Body Men. They're down on Mary Street in the downtown area, and you can check them out at wacobodymen.com. That's wacobodymen.com. They're open 7 days a week in downtown just for you. So if you want to take a tour, Thomas will be more than happy to take you through Waco Body Men Company. All right, let's welcome into the program former Baylor Bear, former Texas Ranger, former LA Dodger, Shawn Tolleson. Hey, Shawn, how are you this morning, buddy?
I'm doing good. Doing good. Good to see you, Tom.
You too. So what was yesterday like for you? I mean, are you at a point in your life that opening day, like you're just a fan, or do you still kind of miss it?
I miss it. Yeah, I miss it. I'm still waiting on that day where I don't miss it, and it's really okay. It's not like a sad thing at all. I just miss it. I'm definitely a fan. So I had games on all day, watching the games. But it's a sweet day. It brings back a lot of memories.
I know your career was cut short. You had Tommy John. So do you feel slighted, or do you feel blessed that you even had the opportunity? I mean, where are you with professional baseball?
I don't have any bitterness or bad feelings or anything like that. I feel blessed to be able to play as long as I did. To be honest with you, I had an injury-ridden career, and to hang around like I did was a good thing. I still, every once in a while, I'll sit back and wonder kind of the what ifs, and I quickly I get those out of my head because it was a good time. And I'm grateful for it.
Do you reflect on 2015? That was just a remarkable season for you. You were healthy pretty much, I think, that season, and performed at an incredibly high level and in a very stressful position, the closer's role. Yeah,
I do reflect on it. My kids are big baseball fans now, and so they're just now getting to that age where they want to ask me questions about who I faced and if they've got their baseball card or not. And so we've been going back and actually like finding some videos and watching some stuff. So it's brought back some cool memories. But the 2014, 2015 season, those go down for me is my favorites for a number of reasons. The Dodgers are a great organization, probably the best organization in baseball. And so playing for them was cool, but being able to play for the hometown team, the Rangers, that was special. And those were the only 2 seasons that I was actually healthy for an entire 2 seasons. So, I'll just chalk it up to when I'm healthy, I'm good, and when I'm not, I'm not. So that we'll just let the story end there.
And that's a great point. I mean, you're from Allen. I mean, that had to be an incredible time. A hometown kid pitching in the bigs for his hometown team. I mean, that's storybook type of stuff, isn't it, Shawn?
Yeah, but it seems like there's more and more Ranger pitchers now who kind of share that same storyline with me. A lot of Dallas guys growing up around here getting a chance to go pitch for the Rangers, and it's cool to see. It's cool to see. I was watching the Rangers opening day yesterday, and I was bringing back memories. This is not a story that I really enjoy telling all that much, but Baumler, I think is the guy's name. This is the guy that Skip called up. Told him he made the team actually during a mound visit. I think during the last exhibition game that the Rangers played before the season started, and he went in there and first batter he faced, he walks. And I know exactly what that is like, because in my big league debut, which is kind of, it's this moment you build up in your head for your entire life. In my big league debut, I came in and walked the first 2 hitters I faced, and then was taken out of the game by Don Mattingly. So for forever, that's my big league debut, and it's probably one of the worst in history if you really think about it.
Talking with Shawn Tolleson. Shawn, talk a little bit about your time here in Waco, playing for the Bears, and just kind of reflect on being that Baylor Bear, playing 100 miles from home.
Playing for Baylor was pretty sweet. I think getting to be home, it was just good. It was just my friends and family got to come watch me play. Back in high school, I did not know where I wanted to go play. I just didn't know. And so I feel like kids these days, they have it built up in their head where they want to go to school and where they want to play. I didn't have one of those schools. My entire family, my entire bloodline went to A&M. And so I kind of grew up with the family trying to brainwash me, and I guess it just never happened. So I had the best visit in Waco, and to me, what really stood out is I felt like the school and the coaching staff cared about me beyond just my ability to throw a baseball, and that ultimately is kind of what led to my decision to choose Baylor.
And I know that you're still close. You were at opening day for the Bears. They opened with New Mexico State earlier this year. So you're still in contact with the program and with Coach Thompson and his staff.
I am. And there was a gap there where I kind of, I'll be honest, I sort of fell out of touch with the program. And I'm getting back into it. I think, part of me was, I was busy raising young kids. And now they're kids that want to go to baseball games. And so it gets a little bit easier taking them with me and keeping up with the team and stuff like that. But definitely having Mitch back in the program, it just kind of brings a familiar face and familiarity back. And so it's not this uncomfortable foreign feeling to go down there and sit in the dugout and see the guys that I've known for a long time.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, it 100% feels like home again, doesn't it, Shawn?
It feels a little bit more like home again. It's nice to be able to just like text the coach and say, "Hey bud, hope you're doing good. Coming to the game today. Hope to give you a fist bump." It's just casual. It's just casual and it's easy.
Talk a little bit about how the game, even from your time in the big leagues to now, there's so many things that are different with pitch clocks and then the strike zone thing. And I mean,
yeah.
Are you a proponent of those type of things, or are you pretty much a purist and don't like those type of things?
So, somebody asked me the same question the other day. I don't even know how to answer it. I think I'd probably be a proponent of most of the changes. I love how the game is sped up. I was a guy when I started coming out of the bullpen once I got to pro ball. I really used time to my advantage. the hitter I was always waiting on the hitter. And as soon as that hitter was in the box, I was ready to go. I think that's one of the most underutilized tools that pitchers can use is actually time, because hitters hate it. Hitters hate feeling rushed. And so I was always quick. But, it kind of drives you crazy. You sit down there in a bullpen in some uncomfortable seats for enough years and watch starters take as much time as they take. I like the pitch clock. Pitch calm, that's maybe one you didn't mention. That's a big change. I think I would have liked pitch calm as well. I would have probably let the catcher call the game and only shaken off when I felt convicted to. Different pitchers are different, but I was usually like a 2-pitch guy, and I didn't really matter what the scouting report was for a hitter. I was probably going to pitch to my strengths. So very, very rarely did I ever pitch to a hitter's weakness. I usually just pitched to my strength and just trusted my stuff and said, my strength is better than their strength. And here we go. And for the most part, that's kind of the reliever and kind of late inning reliever mentality. The late inning guys can get themselves in trouble when they start thinking too much. And so catchers know what your strengths are, and they just kind of fire, for me, right? They fire the fingers down there, and it's an easy yes most of the time.
That's it. It was about you and not about the opponent.
Not about the opponent. Like the first game of a series, right? We sit in there as pitchers, and we go through a scouting report. We watch video on all the hitters. There's some, teams have an entire staff of guys now. It used to be the pitching coaches that would put together these scouting reports. You'd walk into the clubhouse, at wee parts in the morning, and you'd have the pitching coach and the bullpen coach sitting together around a computer building a scouting report. That started to shift kind of later in my career, where the teams hired analytical guys and guys that sit around and do this. But we'd sit around, they'd deliver a scouting report to us, and you kind of have to, if you're a guy with a million pitches and great stuff, it works. But scattering reports really do need to be specific to the pitcher. So they're specific to the hitter, but they're also specific to the pitcher. So, this guy might struggle with a 4-seam up in the zone, but a 4-seam might be your worst. It might be your worst pitch, or maybe your 4-seam doesn't carry like other guys' 4-seams, and so even though they struggle on that pitch, it might not be what you should go to. So you really do have to consider the scouting report, looking through a lens of like, what stuff do I have, and what stuff do I have today? Some days you just don't have a pitch. And so you've got to be able to adjust on the fly.
Did you know that when you were heating up in the pen, hey, this is not going to be good today, or this is really, really good today? I mean, was your bullpen, did it carry over into the ball game?
Most of the time you would know it. Adrenaline does take over when you get into a game, and sometimes things just feel a little bit different. But for the most part, yeah, you can kind of get a feeling of how things are coming off the finger and how they feel that day.
Talking with Shawn Tolleson. What are you doing now? Kind of get us up to speed on. I know you're involved in a couple different things. Kind of walk us through what you're doing now. I think it's incredibly interesting.
Yeah, so I started a baseball and softball training facility up here in my hometown, and it's called Pop Athletics. And really, what we're doing is we're trying to build the next generation of athletes. We're just trying to do it a little bit differently. So. Youth sports is just so different today than it was when I was a kid. And kids spend so much time doing these activities. And it's not all bad, but anything we touch so often easily kind of becomes our life, becomes our identity, becomes where we find our worth and our value. And so it doesn't mean you shouldn't practice hard. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't train every day if that's truly what you want to do. It just means that these kids need to understand that their value is a lot more significant than just being able to throw a ball, hit a ball, run fast. And so we take a real holistic approach here. So it's not just about swinging a bat, but we train speed, we train strength, we do tons of stuff with recovery, we train mental skills, and we've got programs kind of built for every age group. I'm a big believer in group training. So, one-on-one lessons are awesome. Two-on-one lessons, I could make an argument, are even better, especially when you're training with somebody else who's pushing you. So we do tons of group stuff here, and we really try to call it like player development programs, where it's not just a one-off lesson, but these are kids that have made a commitment to show up consistently. And so it's a huge opportunity for us to help them long-term in their player development, but it's an even bigger opportunity for us because we get to see these same kids multiple times a week over the course of years. And for us, that's just a huge opportunity to mentor them and to disciple them and to help them, turn into men and women of God and not of the world.
What does POP stand for?
It stands for lots of different things. So Pop was my grandpa's name. And and in a lot of ways, it's a tribute to him. My grandpa is an amazing story that we probably don't have time for, of just overcoming adversity. And so it's a tribute to him. But POP is also a baseball term. And so, it's catchy. It's one syllable. It transcends baseball and performance training. POP is a good thing to have anytime you're in athletics. And so, but we like to say it stands for pursuing optimal performance.
Are you still doing some advisory stuff?
I am. And so sort of transitioned. I sort of took my passion for health and longevity and preventative health, disease prevention, and sort of shifted it to what we do here. So, like I said earlier, like we take this holistic approach to training athletes. We do the same thing, right? We monitor sleep and recovery, and we advise them on supplementation and nutrition and all aspects of becoming an athlete. And then we don't stop at the athletes. We actually have programs built for adults as well, where we do the exact same things in the adult community. So in some ways, it's kind of took what I was doing for people virtually and shifted it to where I actually get to see them face to face. We get to do it. We get to shake hands. We get to sit down and talk about the stuff in our life that stands in our way of really treating our bodies how they should be treated.
Shawn, thanks. I appreciate your time. As always, continued success. And it was great to see you on opening day. Great to see you today, and come and see us.
I will. I'll be back down there soon. We've got a couple other dates in the calendar. We'll be down there.
Awesome. Good to see you, buddy.
Awesome. Thanks, Tom.
Thanks for being on the program. That's Shawn Tolleson. And Lark, you remember, I mean, man, he could throw that. He could throw a hole in the wind with that baseball.
He's one of the best pitchers that's come through Baylor in the time that you and I have been watching. And of course, again, I've been watching Baylor baseball since about 1960. So he was one of the best talents. And like he said, when he was well, he was very good. He just had to be well. And we saw that with the Rangers, those 2 years that he was actually had, everything going right as far as his health. He had like 35 saves in 2015. Yeah. And so it just nails out of
when he came in the game, it was over.
Yeah.
If Tolly was coming into the ball game, the Bears in the 8th or 9th inning, most of the time the 9th, but when he came in the game, it was done.
Yeah.
In part of 14, but certainly all of 15. I mean, it was automatic.
And then, early in his career at Baylor, I think even his freshman year, he was like the Friday starter and was just nails as a Friday starter, especially if he had his mechanics right. Every now and then he would get his mechanics off, and Pompey or somebody go out and get his mechanics straight, maybe even Coach Smith. But they'd get his mechanics right, and then he was unhittable.
Yeah, and, as he mentioned, he had some injuries. He had Tommy John in 2017, tried to come back, and it just didn't work for him. No. I mean, it just didn't. But, he's blessed, and he's appreciative of his career. And good to see Shawn Tolleson. We'll try to get some more of those former Bears that we had when we were doing the games and try to get them on the program. It's kind of fun. In fact, I ran into Rainer just the other day out at the ballpark. And it's kind of cool. Yeah, these guys were playing when we were doing the games, and now you look up and they're down around the cages watching batting practice with their own kids, and that's kind of cool to see. Plus, it reminds you just how old we're getting.
Yeah. I don't want to stop it. I'm glad I'm my age, and I don't want that condition that stops it.
Oh, I hear you. I understand. Hey, we're brought to you in part by our good friends Perry, David, Maria, and Daryl, and all of them over at Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers. 18th and Herring. They're open today, right now, until 4:30. Tomorrow they'll be open until 2 o'clock. Burgers just the way you like it. Fries, tots, onion rings, Texas toothpicks, you name it, they've got it. Also have grilled chicken sandwiches. They've got chicken fried steak sandwiches. They make a great shake. Their strawberry shake is unbelievable. You're going to love it. So give them a try at 18th and Herring, and be ready to talk some sports because you're going to get into a sports conversation. You may get into a little sports, discussion. Let's just put it that way. Discussion. That's the best way to put it. Do you see that fly buzzing around here? We have a fly buzzing around in the studio. I mean, it's crazy.
He just likes you. He doesn't like me.
Apparently, because he's all around this place. Anyway, they're at 18th and Herring. They're open Monday through Friday, 10 until 4:30. Saturdays, 10 until 2 o'clock. It's Double R Old Fashioned Hamburgers, and we're back with more in just a moment.
When disaster strikes, you need a team you can trust. At Benchmark, we specialize in disaster recovery, construction, environmental remediation, and indoor air quality solutions. With over 30 years of experience, our experts provide forensic architecture, engineering, and environmental consulting to ensure every project is handled with precision and care. From damage assessment to full reconstruction, Benchmark delivers technical expertise and an unmatched client experience every step of the way. Visit benchmarkc3.com to learn more.
At Waco Bodyman Company, we help you take control of your health with advanced wellness and longevity solutions designed to help your body perform, recover, and thrive. Experience the power of red light therapy with our full body bed design to reduce inflammation, improve circulation, support skin health, and recharge your body at the cellular level. Step into our hydrotherapy room featuring a dry sauna, polar shower, and hot tub. Book your tour today. Waco Bodyman, open 7 days a week in downtown Waco.
Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Is your roof ready for the next Texas storm? Don't wait for a small leak to become a big problem. Call JK Roofing of Waco. Whether you need roof repair, a full replacement, or a professional inspection, JK Roofing has quality workmanship and dependable service you can count on. Locally owned and committed to protecting Central Texas homes and businesses. Call JK Roofing today for your free estimate and get the job done right the first time. Call JK Roofing 254-744-2211. JK Roofing of Waco. Strong roofs, honest work, and peace of mind.
All right, you're back with us on the program. This is the Tom Barfield Show. Coming up next week, Monday, Jim Blair from Baylor Baseball, the assistant coach, coaches third base, will be on the program. We're also, Lark, I love minor league baseball. I do. It's going. The experience of going to a minor league game is so much fun. And Tim Jackson, the general manager of the Round Rock Express, the Rangers AAA program, is going to be on the show on Monday. We'll talk a little bit about, and I think opening day or their home opener is Tuesday of next week. So we'll talk to Tim a little bit about what they got going on with down in Round Rock. And man, one of the things, and I'll just be honest, sometimes big league ballparks just aren't affordable, but minor league parks are. You can go to a minor league game, family affordable. Let's put it that way. And I think you'll enjoy it, and you'll enjoy our visit with Tim on the program next Monday as well. So we'll have a big day of baseball on the program. Bears, as we mentioned, Baylor baseball in Houston this weekend, tonight, tomorrow afternoon, and Sunday afternoon. Softball, Baylor softball is in Arizona, I think, taking on Arizona State this weekend. So, all right, Final Four. I beg your pardon. How about the Sweet 16 continuing tonight? One Big 12 team, Iowa State, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Arizona and Iowa State are the last two waving the flag for the Big 12.
Yeah, and that was kind of disappointing last night because you had, Houston knocked out last night. And, being around as long as I have, I still root for the, Big 12 teams that have moved to the SEC.
Sure,
I still root
Nebraska.
for the old Southwest Conference teams. So, yeah, it was a bad night for the old Big 12 with Nebraska out, Arkansas knocked out. Texas
Arkansas got thumped by Arizona now.
Absolutely did.
They got down about 10 or 12, and it never was really even close.
No. But not only do we have the Sweet 16 continuing tonight, but we also have the women's Sweet 16 getting underway tonight. Of course, on the men's side at 6:10 on CBS, you got Duke taking on St. John's. That's a 1 taking on a 5. CBS, the second game is UConn taking on Michigan State. Over in the Midwest region, that's going to be on TBS and True TV. The first game at 6:35 is Michigan taking on Alabama. That's a 1 versus a 4.
Michigan may be the best team in this deal left.
Between them and Arizona.
Whew.
That's kind of the way I look at it now. And by the way, my bracket is now shot.
Is it?
Yeah, because I had Houston winning it.
I have Arizona winning.
So you still got a chance.
I'm still in, and I've got Iowa State in the Final Four.
Yeah, well, I do too, and hopefully they'll get there. But I can still get Duke in. I can still get Iowa State into the Final Four, but and Arizona, I guess. But still, just the fact that Houston and I had them winning it all, that shoots my bracket down.
That's a done deal.
Yeah, the final game tonight is 9:10 on TBS. That's number 2 Iowa State going up against Tennessee. The women's Sweet 16 gets underway in Fort Worth today, with number 2 Vanderbilt taking on a 6th seed in Notre Dame. You also have the number 1 seed UConn. If we never heard of UConn not being a number 1 seed,
it's an NCAA rule.
Yeah, apparently so. They're taking on North Carolina. That's what's going on in Fort Worth. Out in Sacramento at 6:30 on ESPN, you got a number 1 seed in UCLA taking on number 4 Minnesota, and then at 9:00, our favorite Kim Mulkey, number 2 seed LSU taking on number 3 Duke. That ought to be a lot of fun there. Also, high school soccer continues in the playoffs. We've got 4 local teams still playing in high school soccer, 2 on the women's side, 2 on the men's side. In girls soccer tonight, you have La Vega taking on Vidor. That's going to be at Magnolia West at 6:30. Also tonight, Lorena going up against Hardin Jefferson. They're at Lake Creek at 6:30 tonight. On the boys' side, Lorena is still alive. They're taking on Katie Freeman. That'll be in Bryan at I believe that's at Merrill Green Stadium at 7 o'clock. And then at 7 o'clock tonight in Madisonville, La Vega trying to advance as they take on Lumberton. And Tom, that's pretty much what's happening local sports-wise.
Sounds like a exciting weekend. So there's a lot of things, man. You can turn your radio on, turn your television on. The Rangers continue to play. Astros continue to play. I think we kind of upset Coach Williams, by the way. You mentioned that the Astros and the Rangers were in last place.
Yeah.
But,
we find out where people's loyalties lie.
I'm telling you. All right. Let's see. What else we got? Hey, by the way, we are brought to you in part by, you can see right there on your screen, Lake Waco Golf Club. It's a semi-private facility out on the north side of the lake. And, man, we were out there the other day. And things, with spring here, things are starting to green up. It's really, really in good shape. You can check out the 18-hole course. You can check out the par 3 course. They got and I'm telling you, that's a challenging par 3 if you've never played it. You want to hit every club in your bag and you want to do it in a couple of hours instead of, 3.5 or whatever the case may be, go play that par 3. You're going to have some fun with that. 254-756-2161 is the phone number. You can reach Jones or Larry or Steve or Darren or any of those guys out there, and they'll get you hooked up with a tee time. And also you can check it out online. Check out the whole facility at LakeWacoGC.com. That's LakeWacoGC.com. I think they're just a few days away from opening the swimming pool, an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Terrific place, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I saw people out there fishing the other day. It really is kind of just a cool setting. Of course, food's terrific when you go to the new restaurant there at Lake Waco Golf and Country Club. So check out the bar and grill. You'll enjoy the food, trust me. All right, so that's Lake Waco Golf Club. They're a proud sponsor of our program, and we do appreciate all of our sponsors. Hey, and if you have a business or an organization that wants to be a part of the show, we'd love to hear from you. Send me an email. It's tom@roguemedianetwork.com. I know it's kind of a long one. tom@roguemedianetwork.com. We'll contact you. We'll get you fixed up and kind of walk you through how it all works. So there you go. All right, softball tonight. You mentioned Midway playing softball, right?
I did not.
They're on the road tonight, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have that over on our, I guess, kind of our sister station, midwaytv.com. Is that how you'd explain it?
Sure, that sounds good.
midwaytv.com. We'll have Midway softball for you tonight at 7 o'clock. All right, we take a break and we'll look ahead to next week and look ahead to the rest of the weekend. We'll do that when we continue in just a moment. Being stuck on the side of the road is stressful no matter what time it is. Tow King is here to help. A locally owned and operated family-run business, Tow King offers 24-hour emergency roadside assistance with trained operators and high-caliber equipment for damage-free towing. Tow King of Waco is a company you can count on. Call Tow King the next time you need help. Check them out on Facebook, and remember, slow down or move over.
Lake Waco Golf Club is a semi-private facility nestled along the north point of Lake Waco, one of the few facilities in Texas to have a full 18-hole regulation golf course as well as an executive 18-hole par 3 golf course. Plus, check out their bar and grill, which is open to the public. And if you're not a golfer, then enjoy time by the pool or even enjoy fishing around Lake Waco. Become a member today and call to book your tee time. Lake Waco Golf Club, where family and friends fun begins. Check them out at lakewacogc.com for more information.
At Waco Bodyman Company, we help you take control of your health with advanced wellness and longevity solutions designed to help your body perform, recover, and thrive. Experience the power of red light therapy with our full body bed design to reduce inflammation, improve circulation, support skin health, and recharge your body at the cellular level. Step into our hydrotherapy room featuring a dry sauna, polar shower, and hot tub. Book your tour today. Waco Bodyman, open 7 days a week in downtown Waco.
When disaster strikes, you need a team you can trust. At Benchmark, we specialize in disaster recovery, construction, environmental remediation, and indoor air quality solutions. With over 30 years of experience, our experts provide forensic architecture, engineering, and environmental consulting to ensure every project is handled with precision and care. From damage assessment to full reconstruction, Benchmark delivers technical expertise and an unmatched client experience every step of the way. Visit benchmarkc3.com to learn more.
Bumblebee Blinds of Waco and Temple is your one-stop shop for custom window treatment, transforming your vision into reality. Choose from a selection of shades, blinds, shutters, and curtains. Bumblebee Blinds stands behind our service and products, ensuring peace of mind with our trusted warranty. Call Bumblebee Blinds today to schedule your design consultation. Bumblebee Blinds, simplifying window treatments one covering at a time. BumblebeeBlinds.com.
All right. Thanks to David and everybody over at Benchmark Construction for being a part of the program. Benchmark specializes in disaster recovery, construction, environmental remediation, and indoor air quality solutions. And man, they are a great member of the community and do a great job. We appreciate Benchmark. You can check them out at benchmarkc3.com to learn more. That's benchmarkc3.com. Got a great website. Kind of walk you through it. So if you got a construction project, maybe you had some water damage, or maybe you want to build a new house, you can check it out at Benchmark Construction, and it's benchmarkc3.com. You can learn more. All right, that's going to do it. Again, coming up on the program, it will be, Monday again. Jim Blair from Baylor Baseball will be on the program, and also we'll talk Round Rock Express minor league baseball with Timmy Jackson. We'll do that. Mark, where are you this weekend? What do you got going on?
I've got a doubleheader on Saturday at Bosque River Ballpark. The McLennan Highlanders are playing outside of conference this week. They're taking on the Eagles from Northeast Texas.
Oh, that'd be fun. So there you go. All right. And again, I'll be in Houston tonight for game one of a 3-game set between the Bears and the Houston Cougars. All right, that's going to do it for us. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Hey!